Now, we go down the list of damages, Richard. Sometimes an individual might be entitled to punitive damages. What is that?
Well, punitive damages it's above and beyond just your medical expenses, your lost wages, your pain and suffering. That is a punishing damage. That means that the conduct of the negligent driver was not just negligent. They actually showed a reckless disregard for human life, meaning they don't care. They were driving drunk, or they hit and injured and fled the scene. They were racing, or they were doing intentional acts. Anything that is recklessly disregarding human life, that creates a punitive damage, and that can make a case worth 10 or 15, 100 times more, depending on how egregious the conduct is.
So in essence, you could receive $1 million, hypothetically, for punitive damages if somebody's conduct was reckless.
Absolutely. I mean, every case is different, and so you really have to dig into the facts. If you have a DUI driver that it was their first offense, well, that's certainly not going to be as big a case, though it is, there's punitive damages involved there. But if you have a habitual offender, someone who is driving drunk on a regular basis, I mean, over and over and over again, jurors tend to take that very, very seriously.
So is punitive damages predetermined? Is the dollar amount set? It's always $10,000? Or is that a question for the jury to decide how much punishment they should inflict?
It is absolutely a jury question. Now, a lot of cases we're able to get settled without litigation because we can convince an adjuster that the case has got enormous value because of the punitive damages. So you don't always have to litigate these cases, but ultimately if it cannot be settled, then it's going to be up to a jury to evaluate the facts, evaluate the conduct, evaluate the injuries or the death that occurred. All of those factors come into play when they're calculating punitive damages.
So think about it. If you've been involved in an accident where the other party was reckless, you may be entitled to a lot more than you realize. It's not only the medical, it's not only the lost wages, it's not only the pain and suffering, but if the person that injured you needs to be punished, then you're definitely going to need an attorney to help you do some of that punishing. Because as Richard said, it's going to be up to the trier of fact, or the jury in this case, to decide whether or not to punish and how much that they should actually punish. So what do you need to do? Call the phone number on the screen right now and have a free consultation with Richard. Ask him whether or not your case rises to that level of punitive damages.